Hello, and thank you for joining me for today's anime discussion. The anime that I'm going to be talking about today is the Saga of Tanya the Evil. Now, anime of this genre, which is kind of a military world at war theme, are usually not my favorite, but I really did enjoy this particular series. So it follows a story of a anonymous middle-aged Japanese salaryman, which you can think of as kind of like a white-collar worker in the United States, and he works an office job 9 to 5. And he's reincarnated into another world. Now, a little bit about his character. He is a very, I wouldn't call him pessimistic, but he's a very realistic type of person. Like if he's a supervisor at work and there's someone that needs to be terminated for low performance, even if it's someone that he knew personally, it was a friend, someone that saved his life, he would terminate them. So like, people that we would generally feel sympathetic for, he feels no sympathy for. Because it's about, doing his job. And so he is reincarnated into another world as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl. Now, this alternate world that he's reincarnated into is kind of like a fantasy version of an earlier period Earth. And he's reincarnated into a country that's kind of like an imperial Germany. And so the world is at war. And, as you can tell from the title, it brings in other elements. They call him, that is now her, Tanya, the evil in the title. So it brings in the theme of the villain as a hero, and there's gender bender because he, went from man to woman, well, man to girl. There's the isekai theme of being in a different world. There's a fantasy theme that's brought in not just from the reincarnation, but because magic does exist in the world, in which Tanya now finds themselves. And there's also a theme of there's a comedy theme in that because he has to kind of adjust to being in this new body, but then also the focus of Tanya is to live a good life in this world. Now, when she's first reincarnated into this world, she's reincarnated as an orphan. So there's no food, there's a lot of sickness, and this isn't like a modern day orphanage. This is like an orphanage in a time where kids might pass away of a sickness or something like that. So she wants to get out of there. And luckily for her, she has an aptitude for magic, which allows her to be eligible to join the military. And that's exactly what she does. Now, her plan is to become an officer and work her way up the ranks because she wants to live a safe life, free from danger and free from hunger. So the story follows her as she tries to distinguish herself enough to rise up the ranks, to live a safe life, but not so much that she becomes a focus of the war, which, obviously there wouldn't be a show if that's not what happened. So her, ideas and her work ethic, that she brings from her previous life, from his previous life, really catch the eye of the upper leadership. She has, ideas on warfare and technology that are a little bit ahead of her time, not so technical, but ideologies as far as economics and politics and the way that wars work. And, because this would be Earth history of war. Like first things that in warfare were never thought of before that happened for the first time in their present happened in her past, because this is again like an alternate style type of Earth. And so she's, kind of tapped to bring these ideas that she has presented into practice, which is not what her idea was. Her idea was to present the ideas and that get her into a company kind of officer position, but instead she is made the head of this experimental unit and pretty much sent to the front lines in these various conflicts that the world is having, which in the show, to say World at War, it's their first World War. They've never had a war where more than one country, well, more than two countries participated in a one country versus one country type of conflict. And so, you know, she's reincarnated from a man that was alive in modern day Earth, which has gone through 2 world wars. And so there's, you know, that foresight is what allows her to bring forth these ideas that are really central to the plot, to the development of the country that she's in, and that lead to the situation in which she finds herself as kind of the guinea pig to test out these ideas that she's brought forth. Because the leadership sees the value in it, but they want somebody else to implement it. Anyway, if this seems like the type of anime that you like to give a try, I recommend that you do. Like I said, this genre isn't normally my favorite, but I really enjoyed this particular show. Thank you for joining us. The show is available free streaming on Crunchyroll, and have a good day. Thank you. Please visit us online at hcpl.net, as well as download the Overdrive or Libby app in order to check out our electronic materials, including ebooks and e-audiobooks. Also, please follow us on social media in order to keep updated on new content from the North Channel Branch Library and Harris County Public Library Systems. Thank you for watching.